What are the key texts on evolutionary ethics? Have you ever wondered how our understanding of morality connects with the theory of evolution? This question leads us into the fascinating world of evolutionary ethics. This area examines how evolutionary theory, especially natural selection, relates to human morality and ethical behavior. Key texts in this field combine ideas from philosophy, biology, and psychology to tackle both descriptive and normative questions about ethics. One of the foundational texts is Charles Darwin's The Descent of Man, published in 1871. In this work, Darwin applied his theory of evolution by natural selection to humans. He argued that our moral faculties evolved through social instincts. Darwin explored how traits like cooperation and altruism could arise because they helped increase survival and reproductive success. This text sets the stage for understanding morality as rooted in biological evolution. It also highlights the challenge of explaining high moral standards through natural processes. Moving to contemporary works, modern evolutionary ethics builds on Darwin's ideas by incorporating findings from evolutionary psychology. This branch studies how evolutionary pressures shaped human behavior, emotions, and cognition. These texts often discuss how moral tendencies, such as fairness, empathy, and reciprocity, may have evolved because they enhanced group survival. They also examine how evolutionary theory informs ethical inquiry without necessarily prescribing moral norms. Philosophers have developed three main branches in evolutionary ethics. Descriptive evolutionary ethics explains the origins of moral capacities and behaviors through evolution. Prescriptive evolutionary ethics attempts to derive normative ethical principles from evolutionary facts, although this approach is controversial. Critics raise concerns about the naturalistic fallacy, which is the idea of deriving awe from is. Lastly, evolutionary metaethics explores how evolutionary theory impacts metaethical questions about the nature of moral judgments and moral realism. It is also essential to consider critiques and developments beyond early social Darwinism. Early attempts to justify social or political ideologies through evolutionary ethics, such as social Darwinism, have faced significant criticism for logical errors and ethical issues. Contemporary texts address these critiques and seek more nuanced approaches that avoid conflating descriptive facts with normative prescriptions. In summary, the key texts on evolutionary ethics begin with Darwin's The Descent of Man and extend through modern interdisciplinary works. These texts integrate evolutionary biology with philosophical ethics, covering how morality may have evolved and the implications for understanding ethical behavior. They also tackle the challenges of grounding normative ethics in evolutionary theory, providing a framework for discussing ethics and morals from a naturalistic perspective while recognizing the philosophical complexities involved.